Oh, hello everybody. I'm just going for a wee drive data in Citroen C3 1.6 HDI Exclusive 57 plate. It's 2007 and I've had this since 2017, I think. It's been a great wee car. It was 81,000 miles when I bought it. It's now 115,000. So, what's it like? Well, it's alright. It's got plenty of power. Well, it's not a Bugatti Veyron, but it's got plenty of power. For a slow car, it's actually really fast. And it's starting, you know, the actual car, the design of the car, it's a small car, but it's got a lot of space. And it's comfortable. It's got lovely seats. It's got armrests, like that. So, I mean, there is a few faults with this example, I'll admit. Well, that, like when the wheel bearings is away, I don't know if you can hear it. Now the heater fan has stopped working, but that should be easy to fix. There's one of the fog lights is broken, that's because I hit a pheasant, and I hit Halfords as well. They're bollards. But the car survived all these little bumps and crashes, but obviously it's not sounding like a great car to buy, but I'm not selling it anyway, it's a good thing. The weird fault it's got is the rear wiper goes on and off and the screen wash goes off, so all the screen wash gets used when you don't want it. So it'll go on, and it's French, it's a French car, so the French don't really want, they want to be, well, I think they like being awkward. So it's, I think there's a fault with the controls, the stocks, and I looked in it. So I've changed the steering wheel already because it was all worn. That's one of the things I have done. But that was before I was doing videos. I would have done a video of that to show how it was done. But the stocks, I'd have to take all this off to change them. It's a whole big thing. I think that would solve the problem. But so it's a bit of a nuisance. It's a bit annoying. It's probably not doing the motor much good either. And right, so what the great thing about this is it's really cheap to run. It's £30 a year for road tax, and it's something like 55 to the gallon. And I drive it quite hard. I sort of like put my foot down and accelerate. So if you were to drive calmly, you could get 60 mil per gallon out of it. It's got 90 horsepower, which means it's got plenty of power for overtaking and stuff. What I like is it's got quite a rolly suspension. I find handling's quite good, but that's probably why the wheel bearing's gone, because of my driving. But I've got low profile tyres on it, off a Peugeot GT alloys on it, low profile tyres, and it's brilliant at cornering. You just sort of let it just do its thing, and it just like rolls around. Another thing with it is the gearing's a bit like, if you go into fifth, it doesn't like it too much if you're not going fast enough. And generally, it's a brilliant little car. See, it's just come up, info, auto, lamps, active. Why? You know? This is like, I mean, really what we're talking here is electrical connections that aren't connected. So stop calling them electrical connections, I suppose. Call them something else. Electrical disconnections. I mean, so there's another thing I don't like about it is these big pillars. You've got to watch, because like they can hide a whole car. I suppose it's a modern car. I mean, you know, they're probably designed so that you don't die when it goes over. If it goes over, not when it goes over. Like, it's not going to go over, hopefully, but I don't know because I can't see in the future. What else done? Well, it's a great car. Another thing that's the best thing about this car is that nobody cares about it. So when you go somewhere, like say you're going into Edinburgh or London or something, it's like nobody's going to want to steal it. And because all the young people don't like them. They don't like Citroens. Well, they had a bit of a fuddy-duddy image, I think. Like a mumsy image. Or they got so practical that they just sort of got that cool image disappeared. And then of course they changed to DS, didn't they? They started calling themselves DS. And that was to try and bring the cool image back. But I'm not saying it, I mean they're always quirky cars, Citroens, French cars. But I mean I prefer this to the newer Citroen C3. This is better. I mean I bought one, the newer ones. And it's not as big inside. It's more, I could see it was really a competitor to Ford Focus. And it was more like that, a sort of sporty, dynamic, trying to be. But, because I think the Citroen thing was just too much for some people. And, I mean, the problem with C3, this is a Mark 1 C3, was probably the quality wasn't that quite up to scratch. But I mean, I've sort of driven a Fiesta and things. A Ford Fiesta does not have the same comfort that this has. It just doesn't. It's just uncomfortable compared to this. This is brilliantly comfortable. It's like amazing. I would get in this and drive anywhere. Like, anywhere, not Australia because it's too far. I'd fly there. Well, I don't fly, but I'd use a plane. And I mean, it's been hammered, it's been abused. My other cars are Grand Picasso. I mean, it's like miles better than this. You could feel it's just more modern and like just more comfortable, more insulated, more refined. Everything about it's better. But this, like I say, this car, like modern cars, like it's terrible what's happening with electric cars and stuff like that. This is the best solution for the environment. Is this? If you can find one of these, buy one. Spend a bit of money on it. I mean, it's the kindest thing you could do to the planet. Yeah, I know diesels are dirty, but I mean they do 60 mil a gallon. So it's all things considered, and the low CO2 emissions, of course, that's why the road tax is £30 a year. So there you go. I mean, I'm going to hope. I mean, because I live in Scotland, underneath it's getting slightly rough. I mean, it's hard to explain, but you look underneath a car in Scotland, or maybe England as well, but more further north, northern Britain, it's like the salt they use for the bad weather, and it just totally destroys underneath the car. And then you look under this, it's like, it's horrible. It's all like rusty and horrible. So that is a bit of an issue, and eventually it'll probably need welding. You know, I'll probably have to get the sills welded, because they always go at the back, at the rear end of the sills. I'm useless at welding. I'll just need to get somebody to do it, pay a garage to do it. And that's really all I've got to say about this car. I'm trying to think of anything. Cruise control doesn't work. I need to get that fixed. That's a nuisance. Really, it's like when you get like this is a top of the range model, and all the sort of features that you get when you buy it. So we're doing 20 miles an hour. That's the government's fault, right? I mean, it's like, this is a stupid idea. Like the limit was 30 for years and years and years, right? And I'm stuck behind a van that's doing 20 mile an hour for some reason, right? And we're in the 30s. We're actually in the 30, and the government changed all the signs to 20. You know what really annoys me is politicians should pay for stuff. They should pay. If they want to change signs, they should pay for the signs. So yeah, great idea, you pay for it. But I mean, cars have improved so much. Why would you want to change it to 20 mile an hour? People have got to work. They've got to go. Yeah, I know. I don't want people to get run over. I know that. That's why it's 30. 20's too slow. It's just like, it's just absolutely stupid, right? And that's another thing that's a bit annoying. Down the borders, Scottish borders, they've got 20 miles per hour limits and trunk roads. So you're going along a trunk road and you're going to do 20 mile an hour because some idiotic government moron thinks it should be 20 miles per hour. It should be 30 miles per hour, not 20 miles per hour. And if you're doing 40, that's too fast. If you're doing 20, that's too slow. That's why it's 30. And if a kid jumps right in front of you, bloody brake. You know, the brakes nowadays are so brilliant that, you know, it's just so annoying. Everything's so annoying. Anyway, you'll be glad to know this video's going to end soon because I'm going to be reaching my destination in a minute. I'm getting glad to know as well because it's getting a bit boring really. But I was planning on doing some videos maybe talking about specific subjects. So, you know, I could talk about mental health, I could talk about gender, nah, maybe not. What about geography? Art's better, I'll probably talk about art. Because I am a conceptual artist. I've been at university, yes. It's the most amazing thing I ever did in my life. It took me a year to find the class that was that, and it was only a year's course. And I still managed to pass. I was like, that was amazing, wasn't it? You know, that just shows I must be really brainy. I must be really, really, really brainy. Well, this van's now doing 70 miles per hour. The one that was doing 20 is now doing 70. Is that because you've been on a mobile phone? Is that why? Yeah, it is, isn't it? You asshole. You asshat. Asswagon. I was getting stuck behind this van, now I'm stuck behind it doing 70. Or 60 or whatever it says. It's just a guide. This could be anything. The speedos aren't accurate. I really wanted to overtake this van just to show you how much power this car's got. Anyway, well, thanks for watching this video, if it's still playing, that is, because I don't know for sure. Please remember, if you want to hear more nonsense like this, it's like, share and oh dear, I'm gonna have a crash. Yeah. So, thank you, over and out.